Okay, so yesterday we, as it says here in the GeoGebra document, we did law of cosine. We did the SSA, two solutions for a triangle. This one is two solutions. We only did no triangle and one triangle. Now we're going to take a look at two triangles. So if you, I think the GeoGebra document is going to have it already set up so that there is one triangle there. The angle here, let's see, I want to draw. The angle here is 40. This side is 8.6 and this is 6. So what I want to do is show you where does these other two numbers come from. Right on the bottom here we had 8.92. If you can arrange it, you can go ahead and get the triangle to be like that. And then there's two angles of 72 and 67. So let's see how we come up with that. We're going to use the law of cosines. Right? We have this angle here and this side. So I'm going to start with this side. That's going to be 6 squared. All right, I'm going to put 8.6 squared here. Okay, I'm just going to call this one little c. 2 times 8.6 times c times the cosine of 40. All right, and here we're just going to work through this. There's not much else we can do right now. We're just going to work through it. So now I'm going to take 2 times 8.6, right? Okay, times cosine of 40. And we get 13.17c. Okay, so this times this is 13.17. So now I'm going to rearrange things so I get into a nice form that I like. Subtracting that, I'm going to get 37.96. All right, here we go. So now we're ready to use either, you can graph it, you can quadratic formula it, right? You can Wolfram. I'm just going to go ahead and go in the decimals. I think I have it already. Nope, I don't. But I can get it up here pretty quick. There we go. I want to make sure I'm in degrees. Get rid of that. All right, so we're ready. Parentheses. So let's see. I think it was 13. Yeah, 13.17. Okay. Plus square root 13.17 squared, right? Minus 4 times 1 times, now I'm going to have to go and see what that was. 37.96. 37.96. Ah, the stupid thing comes up sometimes. All right, outside. Oh! Two. 8.9. So you can see I had 8.92 on my screen right now. I got an answer of 8.9. It's just from rounding. So that's pretty dang good. So that's where this number of 8.9 comes from. All right. Now, before we go ahead and find the other one, we're going to go ahead and find these angles. All right. So once again, it's just like before. When you've used the law of cosines, you can now use the law of sines. But you have to use the number that you came up with. So I'm going to go 6 over the sine of 40 equals 8.9 over the sine of big C. So now we're ready to find this. So I'm going to use decimals, do it in one swoop. Okay, one shroop. Here we go. Sine 40 times 8.9. Get out of there. And then let's see, I have to divide it by 6. 72.45. So that means C is 72.45 or 72.5, and it's 72.8. So again, it was pretty dang close, right? We're just looking at surrounding errors. Once we know that this is 72.5, we'll call it, okay? We can just add, subtract from 180 to get the other angle. So let's see, 140, so this is going to be 67.5. And 67.12. So again, we're pretty close. That's all just rounding. All right, all just rounding. But that's only one triangle. All right, so if I take my GeoGebra thing and I slide it over to the end here, where it says outcomes, right? Now I have a different triangle. And I have a different triangle because this side hinges. This is still 40. This is still 8.6. And this is still 6. But now it's swung over here so that the two angles are different. And this side length down here is different. So we're going to do the exact same thing that we did up there. But we already have it set up. All right? Right here. So all we need to do is go to Desmos and change this plus to a minus. 4.26. That's exactly what that is. Okay, exactly what that is. So this is 4.26. I don't even have to do any work. I just got to change the plus to a minus. Beautiful. Now I got to do work. So I'm going to go 6 over the sine of 40 equals, okay, now I got to use 4.26 though, over the sine of b. We'll just call it b, I guess. All right. So, whoops. Okay, yeah, this is b. I guess I called it c before, huh? Better be consistent here. All right, cross multiply. So sine of 40 times 4.26. So I'm going to go sine okay, and then I got to figure out, well, what am I dividing by? So I'm dividing by 6. And we get 27.15 and 27.12. So not too bad. So this is 27.15. All right, I got 40 down here. So that's 67. So that makes this 67.15. So it makes 112.85. And it's 112.88. Okay, so again, it's close, but we're just off by rounding. So we got our triangle. All right. Law of cosines, you're going to get two answers on this one. Use the quadratic formula, graph it, Wolfram it, whatever you want to do. You just got to come up with two answers. Factoring is not going to work because the numbers are too ugly. All right. But you got to do two triangles. You don't just do one and quit. You got to remember there's two triangles there. All right. Hopefully that kind of gives you an idea.